Good evening and welcome to tonight's coverage of boys high school basketball on North Penn Television. You're tuned into Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29. I'm Eric Jesberg alongside Spencer Howell. And before we get to our tip-off, let's throw it down to our PA announcers tonight, Rick Torzani, for tonight's senior night festivities. And now entering the court is senior Tali McIver.
Bet on yourself, then double down, play with confidence. Tally McIver. Next, A.J. Mitchell. Escorted by his mom, Tina, and dad, Zach. 4 years on the basketball team. Other activities, volunteer at Manham on Main Street, North Penn Con, and works at Axe Retirement Home. Future plans: go to college to study community science. Favorite memory: 2016-17 season when the team went to states and had the opportunity to play against future NBA player during the Reading game. Message to family and friends: I'm truly grateful to everyone who has supported me and helped me become the young man that I am today. I thank everyone who's part of my village and who continues to support me, encourage me, and fight for me, hold me accountable, and most important, love me. Advice to underclassmen: your studies are the most important thing. Make sure to focus on them so you have plenty of options in the future. That's A.J. Mitchell. And finally, Solomon Robinson with his mother, Zanetta, and his sister, Montana. 2 years on the team. Other activities: he played football. Future plans: attend Widener and study engineering. Favorite memory: playoff game at Conestoga. Message to family and friends: thanks for everything you did for me. Advice to underclassmen: always work hard and believe in your dream. That's Solomon Robinson. Let's give a big hand to the 2019 seniors on North Penn basketball.
Once again, congratulations to all of our seniors, and stay tuned for high school basketball on North Penn Television.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you
Good evening and welcome to tonight's coverage of boys high school basketball on North Penn Television. You are tuned into Comcast Channel 28, Verizon Channel 29, or NPTV's YouTube Live. I'm Eric Jessberger alongside Spencer Howell, preparing for a Suburban 1 Continental Conference matchup between the visiting Pennridge Rams and home the North Penn Knights.
Now to get started here, let's hear the lineup starting off with Pennridge. Number 1, guard Luke Yoder. Number 2, guard John Dominic. Number 4, guard Sean Yoder. Number 23, forward Trent Fisher. And number 44, forward John Post. And for the lineups for North Penn, number 4, guard Tully McIver. Number 11, guard AJ Mitchell. Number 13, guard Chris Caputo. Number 22, forward Mike Chafee. And number 45, center Matt Swanson.
And as we get set, we are in North Penn's Navy Gymnasium, preparing for the matchup between the Rams on the right side of the court in black and green, and on the left side of the court, it's the home team, the Knights, in their white and Columbia blue. Matt Swanson will win the opening tip-off, give it off to Mike Chafee, and Tully McIver will hand it off to AJ Mitchell, and the Knights are underway on their offensive possession. Caputo will find McIver at the bottom of your screen, and with the dribble moves, he'll show it off there, and they'll find junior Mike Chafee on the top, and pass it back out along the arc. Wolf Swanson to Mitchell. The Rams locking down in between the paint so far. Here's Tully McIver. Will lose the ball as it's mishandled and will roll out of bounds, and the Rams will take over with possession. Getting set at the baseline will be number 3, John Dominic for Pennridge, and the Rams will get set for their first offensive possession of the matchup tonight. Dribbling across half court is number 4, Sean Yoder. He'll find room at the top of the key. And in between the paint, he'll look for a jump shot. Mike Chafee, Matt Swanson all over him, swarming for the ball. John Post will come up with it and get a layup up and over Matt Swanson. And the Rams are on the board with our first points of the night, thanks to a layup from number 44, John Post. For the Knights, the seniors will give it off to each other. Caputo to Mitchell. AJ Mitchell behind the back dribble. He'll find Chris Caputo for 3. Caputo with the first points on the board for North Penn on his senior night. Number 13, Chris Caputo tallies up 3 for North Penn. Back the other way, the Rams on a quick push in the paint, number 23. And with the layup, that's Trent Fisher for the Rams. And a pass from McIver intended for Chafee will be intercepted by number 3, John Dominic. And a foul will be charged against the Knights, slowing down that fast push. And the Rams will take possession at the bottom of your screen at the sideline.
2 quick points in the paint. They need to stop them on defense. They need to cause them to pass the ball more, looking for some turnovers.
Back the other way, number 4, Sean Yoder goes in for a layup. Mike Chafee all over him, though, and will force the layup to be unsuccessful, and the Knights will push the other way. Stepping back, Caputo, and he'll give off to Mitchell as the Knights will set up an offensive attack. Tully McIver, quick pass to Matt Swanson. Mishandled at first, but he'll stay with it. And the Knights will continue with possession and the charge. Here's Caputo in the paint, and he'll be fouled as he went up. It looked to be number 1, Luke Yoder, who will be charged, and Chris Caputo will head to the line for his first free throws of the night.
We see here already a presence by the seniors, Chris Caputo and AJ Mitchell, looking to be a force in their own senior night.
And Caputo's first free throw will fall through. And also getting into a little bit of the mix of what has been going on for these teams throughout the season. Coming into tonight, Pennridge is 19-3 overall, and as for North Penn, they are 9-12 overall. So a bit of a difference there on the records. But as for the attack, it's been great matchup. It's been a great matchup earlier on in the season between both squads. And tonight, we definitely have plenty of emotions to kick us off and look to see a Knights victory later on in our matchup.
Well, I do think home court advantage will have a play here down the road with the loud crowd. Really help the Knights with bringing some momentum to them.
Chris Caputo, the senior, will give it in from the baseline. And he'll find Mitchell in the corner. Mitchell getting a pass across from Mike Chafee. Here's number 22, the junior, and he'll sink his first 3 of the night. Back-to-back threes for North Penn on their possessions And it'll be 7-4. The Knights up here early on with 5 minutes and 25 seconds in our first quarter of action. For Pennridge, John Post at the top of the key. He's got Matt Swanson on him, and he'll hand it off to number 23, Trent Fisher. Giving it to Yoder. Here's a three off the iron and will fall off and in the hands of Talee McIver, sending the Knights the other way. Chafee will be stripped of the ball, and it's number 4, Sean Yoder, going for the layup. Unsuccessful. Mitchell applying the defensive presence, and the Knights are back the other way. Here's Caputo for 3. Yes, sir, Chris Caputo! And my goodness, the crowd erupts. And a timeout called by Pennridge, and if momentum is anywhere, it's no doubt for the boys in white and Columbia blue. Chris Caputo, back-to-back threes on his first 2 attempts, and the Knights with a 10-4 lead. And as you heard, and coming into tonight, it was North Penn's. It was a themed night coming into senior night, and for the crowd, it was a silent night. So what that is the crowd stays silent until the home team scores their first 10 points. So they stay dead quiet. You can't hear anything. But once they put up double digits on the scoreboard, they erupt. And right there, no better time for it off of a 3 to give the Knights a huge momentum push, with now the home crowd loud and in their ear.
Chris Caputo giving them the momentum here. Hopefully they keep it up with a lead of 10-4. The crowd no longer silent. Will hear their presence and hear this home court advantage.
And John Dominic and Sean Yoder will play catch as the Rams will get across half court. Sworn by Chafee and Mitchell, but they'll get the pass off, and the Rams are in pursuit. And it looked to be a pass intended for number 3, John Dominic. However, the senior Talee McIver was all over him. However, it looked to be off of McIver, and Pennridge will resume with possession. From the baseline, Sean Yoder looking for an answer, and it will be Trent Fisher out by the arc. The crowd in his ear. Here's a shot put up by Sean Yoder off to the front of the layup. It should be off the front of the iron. Swanson with the board, and the Knights will head the other way. Here's Mike Chafee with a 3 off and unable to fall through, as the Knights now stand at 2 and 3 on 3-point attempts. And with a Euro step move, Matt Swanson will apply the defense, but he'll be charged with the foul, and that will send number 44, John Post, to the line for his first free throw attempts on the night for Pennridge.
A few minutes in, but we see here Pennridge's attack to the rim has been working, and they're attacking it hard and near drawing the foul, which I think North Penn have to watch out for, especially with the 2 Yoder brothers.
And Post's first free throw attempt will roll through the basket, but unable to fall through. And with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left here in the first quarter of play, it's the Knights leading by 6. And Post with his free throw, unable to fall through as he'll brick it off the back. 0 for 2 on his free throw attempts, but Pennridge getting the board. They'll stay with possession. And Matt Swanson looked to have all ball, however, the official saw differently. And it will be another foul charged against the Knights and Matt Swanson. And once again, it will be number 44, John Post, a chance to redeem himself here as he'll get 2 more free throw attempts.
Being the starting center, they got to be careful. He's the presence in the paint. He's got to be able to defend it without fouling.
And Post will sink his first free throw of these 2. He now stands at 1 of 3 on the night and will get set for his second. And subbing into the game for Matt Swanson will be Karanji for North Penn. Free throw off the front of the rim, and with another attempt, it'll be off and unable to fall through, and going the other way is North Penn. Caputo in the paint. It would look to be a hand by Fisher, however, Karanji right there for the answer, and he'll pick up the loose ball, and he'll finish off the basket for his senior Caputo, and the Knights will now lead 12-5. And Pennridge, a little slow here out of the gate. It's on North Penn right now, here in their home Navy gym. Pushing towards the paint will be Yoder, however, he won't find enough room, and he'll give it off to his brother Luke Yoder with a shot here off the back foot, unable to fall through, but Trent Fisher is there for the board, an offensive rebound, and he'll put up 2 for the Rams.
Pennridge is crashing the boards hard, and they're getting those many offensive rebounds, just giving them the better shot opportunities down low in the paint.
Mitchell will be stripped of the ball as number 4, Sean Yoder, has been all over him all night, and he'll get a steal and send it the other way here for Pennridge in their black and green unis. John Post looking for room. He'll go into the paint and get around Karanji. And one foul against Karanji will put John Post on the line for a chance at a 3-point score.
Quickly seeing the missing presence of Matt Swanson down low is three foul shot attempts, really killing North Penn.
And a timeout here called by North Penn. 30-second timeout as both teams now have used up one of their timeouts on the night. And looking at a quick recap of North Penn and what they have done earlier this week. This past Tuesday, the Knights fell short to CB South, 50-47. So tonight they're looking to rebound, especially the fact that it is on their senior night and back at their home court. So Spencer, what plays do you expect to step up tonight against a red-hot Pennridge team?
We've already seen it tonight. Chris Caputo coming up huge, using his fast-paced movement and moving the ball quick. His stellar defense is really helping that team. And A.J. Mitchell, 4-year player for North Penn, looks to come up huge. He should be able to have the veteran presence down on the court.
And as for Pennridge, as I mentioned, they are red-hot. They're coming in on a 3-game win streak. Vice versa, on the other side of the court, North Penn's 0-3 in their last 3 games. So momentum is definitely a presence coming into the court and something North Penn's looking to try and gain in this matchup tonight. At the line, Post free throw will fall through, and the Knights will now have possession to take it the other way. Score is 12-10. North Penn up by a basket. And a hard pass from Mitchell. He'll find Chafee, and the Knights are on the end of the court. At the logo, Mitchell will hand it off to McIver. Handed back off to A.J. Mitchell from Chafee. And a stumbling Ram. However, they'll stay with the defense, and McIver will dribble. Looking to get by Yoder. He'll find Chafee in the corner for 3. Mike Chafee off the back of the rim, and the Rams will pick up the board. Number 23, Trent Fisher, with the defensive rebound. And Pennridge is pushing the other way. Here's a off the back foot shot by number 44, John Post, and he's been the man of the night so far. John Post with multiple free throw attempts, and he'll sink a jump shot there to tie this game up 12-12. North Penn now on the offensive end of the court.
We see opposites in play style. North Penn's looking to push the ball, move it quick, kick it out. Well, Pennridge is trying to dominate down low. See how that moves off for them.
McIver will find Karanji and back out to Mike Chafee. He'll push into the paint and then give it back out to Caputo with room. Caputo sinks a 3, nothing but net. And Chris Caputo, 3 for 3 on threes tonight. And my goodness, on his senior night, Chris Caputo is bringing the energy to his squad.
He wants his name to be remembered on his senior night. He's going to make sure it happens.
And pushing in, he'll do a step and staying with possession. As the ball rolls out of bounds, it will be off North Penn. And Pennridge will get the ball at the baseline as they'll get set to inbound it. As number 33, Jack Gillespie, will sub in for number 1, Luke Yoder, for the Rams. Inbounding the ball will be number 4, Sean Yoder. And the Rams will get set. And here's a 3 from the corner. Sean Yoder off the back of the iron. But it's Fisher with another board, and that's been the story of Pennridge so far, as they've been able to get these offensive rebounds. And pushing in John Post, he'll just body Chris Caputo and put a layup off the glass.
North Penn struggling down low has really been hurting them. Pennridge has been taking a lot of shots, but they've been crashing the boards. It's been helping.
Driving hard to A.J. Mitchell underneath the basket. He'll find McIver with room. Tully McIver won't be able to find the rim. And Pennridge will pick up the ball, and they'll send it the other way. What a move by Yoder. In the paint, he'll put up a right-handed layup. Off the iron, unable to fall through. And Mitchell will pick up the air ball attempt by John Post. It's a fast break offense we expected. Both teams are very experienced, plenty of seniors, and we're seeing the quick energy and fast-paced offense throughout this game tonight, especially as we reach 10 seconds left here in our first quarter of play. The Knights up by 1, and it's Tully McIver at the logo. He'll dribble into the paint. He'll get a little shove off. However, he's unable to get this to fall through. And with seconds dwindling away, number 4, Sean Yoder, unable to have this basket fall through. And that will conclude our first quarter of play. 15-14, the Knights lead as we get set to head into our second quarter of play. Spencer, what can you talk about the big momentum so far in this first quarter action and the fast-paced offense, especially towards the end of our set of action here in the first quarter?
I mean, you see Chris Caputo there. They're driving to the basket well, and they're kicking it out. And they're getting their shots down for the threes, and they're hitting them, which will be huge, bringing up their score. But, I mean, for Pennridge, it's the Trent Fisher and John Post down low that is dominating with the boards, the layups. They can't stop them, especially with the big man, Matt Swanson, in foul trouble. They're going to need to watch out for that because they need to stop them down low.
So definitely that presence for the rebounds has definitely been the story for Pennridge so far. And getting to the line, that's going to definitely help them and push them through the later parts of the game. Once fatigue settles in and team's going to have to start to foul. But as for the Rams, in the last meeting these teams had on January 15th, the Rams topped the Knights earlier this season 73-48. And I got to catch up with the Knights head coach John Conrad before the game, and he just mentioned in his pregame interview that they need to continue focusing on the good team defense and good man-to-man defense as well, especially against this Rams basketball squad. So as we get back to the action and kick off our second quarter of action, it will be John Post, and he'll get a jump shot off over Caputo, unable to fall through, and McIver will pick up the loose ball and the board. Heading the other way, the Knights in their white and Columbia unis. Mike Chafee in the corner, unable to find an answer, and he'll find Caputo, but he'll pump fake and stay with it and try and find room, but it will give it out to Mike Chafee. The Knights slowing things down, weighing their options. And Caputo will lose the ball as he looked to be tipped by number 10, Nick Dunn. But the Knights will resume with possession. McIver will be stripped of the ball, and it's number 44, John Post, picking up a steal and will give the Rams an offensive pursuit the other direction. Gillespie will find Post into the paint. A great pass there, and the open man, number 33, for three. Yes, sir, it's Jack Gillespie with a three, and he was the open man at the top of the screen. And for the Rams, they now take a 17-15 lead. And now on the court, and here's a three from Chris Caputo off the front of the rim, and the Rams will pick up the board. Matt Swanson on the sidelines getting ready to sub in. But as for the players new on the court, it's Colby Barrow, and here's a layup put up by number 44, John Post. And the Rams will pick up a score after a great dribble move will put Chafee on the ground.
John Post, we're going to have to find a way to stop him. We don't know. Right now, he's being a presence. He's being the biggest player on the court for Pennridge.
McIver, great pass, no look to Colby Barrow. And for three, however, off both parts of the rim, unable to fall through in the three-point shooting, is looking to die down here in our start of the second quarter. Trent Fisher, layup move off the glass, unable to fall in, and McIver will send it the other way. He'll find number 14, that's Joe Larkins, and a three put up by the senior McIver, unable to fall through. And once again, as we talked about all night, Trent Fisher with another board.
Huge for Pennridge. And you see North Penn, they're pushing the court and they're taking their three shots. They're trying to get as many as they can, take their chances. Being the smaller shooter team, they need to make them.
Fisher looking for Gillespie, however, he'll be defended by McIver. And Fisher will put up a shot, and my goodness, Colby Barrow can't play any better defense than that, except foul him. As
No,
Fisher will get a great jump shot up and put up two for Pennridge.
The height difference here is hurting them. They're going to need to find a way to switch it up.
McIver will give it out to Caputo. And for the Rams, they now lead by 6. Chris Caputo at the top of your screen will now find Larkins, and the Knights will play catch. It's the junior, number 12, Colby Barrow with the ball behind the arc, and then we'll give it off to McIver. The Knights taking their time on their push. McIver will speed things up, and here's Caputo for three. Unable to fall through. He's been hot tonight on those three-point attempts, not right there. And the Rams will push the other way. Yoder to Post, and with plenty of room, it is John Post with the layup, and the Knights will be forced to call a timeout and stop the clock. And so far, what we've seen is a Rams red-hot momentum shift in the second quarter of action.
Second quarter is all Pennridge here, taking the lead up by 8 points. North Penn struggling to find their shots. They're struggling to make them in.
And with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left on the clock here in our first half of action, that's John Post on your screen right there, number 44. And he's been the man so far tonight as his jump shots, just with his height, he's able to find plenty of room. Caputa's been on him, Barrow's been on him, and he's just making it look easy.
They can't find any options to guard this guy. He is unstoppable with his hook fadeaway and with his height advantage, man. He is taking it down to the post and he is bodying people.
So with their second called timeout of the game tonight, Spencer, what can you expect Coach John Conrad talking about with his squad? You know, they had the lead 15-14 going into the second quarter. They haven't been able to put up a score since. What are you expecting, for a change?
Defensively, to stop Pennridge, I think they're going to try to maybe start doubling him down low, or at least causing the ball to be kicked out, because they just can't let him score. He's not missing. He's making everything. I expect some more double teams, and let's see how they score. On the offensive side, they need to just move the ball quicker.
So Colby Barrow will give it into Joe Larkins. And Mitchell will hold on to it. And Colby Barrow with room. Here's the junior for three off both parts of the rim. Unable to fall through. That close. And as for the Rams, a three put up. And back-to-back threes from Jack Gillespie will improve the lead for the Rams. Barrow will find fellow junior Matt Swanson. But it's Post with a steal. Chafee then will take it back the other way. Interception intended for Gillespie under the rim, and the Knights are back on the offensive push. Barrow will find Swanson in the paint. He'll look for room against Post, unable to find it. And here's Larkins for three,